Namaste. I am GVN. I am Dr. Anupama Goyal. I am I am working as Associate Professor in Botany in Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am delivering my video lecture on the topic Aspergillus, which is useful for the students of BSc and MSc of Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University as well as students studying in private universities and in Rajasthan University, Jaipur. So I start with the video lecture Systematic Position of Aspergillus. Well, the kingdom is Mycota and the division is Eumycota. Subdivision is Ascomycotina. Class is Platomycetes. Order is Uroshiales and family is Uroshiaceae. Now, what is the occurrence of Aspergillus? The genus Aspergillus is represented by about 132 species. It is a saprophytic fungus. Over 30 species of Aspergillus occur in India. Species like Aspergillus glaucus, Aspergillus niger, Aspergillus repens, Aspergillus flavus, Aspergillus candidus grow on fruits, vegetables, pickles, jams, and jellies. They are also found on leather, paper, textiles, soil, and in air. Some species of Aspergillus are also found as parasites on plants and they cause crown rot of groundnut and ball rot disease of cotton. So species of Aspergillus fungus like Aspergillus niger, Aspergillus fumigatus and Aspergillus flavus cause aspergillosis disease in animals. So the question is, what disease is caused by Aspergillus in animals? The name of the disease is aspergillosis, and in human beings the Aspergillus flavus contaminates groundnuts and other by food stuffs. It produces some toxic substances called aflatoxins. So the Aspergillus produces some toxic and poisonous substances called aflatoxins which are carcinogenic in nature. Now I talk about the vegetative structure of Aspergillus. Well, the mycelium is well developed in Aspergillus. It is profusely branched and septate. The mycelium consists of interwoven mass of hyphae. The cells of the hyphae are multinucleate and only one type of nuclei are present. The hyphae are monokaryotic hyphae. Sometimes the hyphae in Aspergillus become heterokaryotic by the anastomosis of the hyphae of different strains plus or minus. The cytoplasm contains mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum and ribosomes. The reserve food material is in the form of oil globules. A simple pore present in the center of each septum permits the flow of cytoplasm contents between the adjacent cells. So this is the vegetative structure of Aspergillus. This diagram. In this diagram you can see the Aspergillus hypha having the cell wall and the cell membrane, and several nuclei are present in the cytoplasm as you see in the diagram of Aspergillus hypha, and the reserve food material is the oil globule. Now I talk about the reproduction in Aspergillus fungus, Aspergillus reproduces by vegetative, asexual and sexual means. Now, first of all, students, I talk about the vegetative reproduction in Aspergillus fungus. Vegetative reproduction occurs or takes place by means of fragmentation. Each detached fragment is capable to develop a new mycelium. Now, I talk about the asexual reproduction in Aspergillus. Asexual reproduction in Aspergillus, it takes place by conidia produced on conidiophores. So, conidia are formed on conidiospores and conidiophores, and on conidia, by means of conidia, asexual reproduction occurs in Aspergillus. Some cells of the somatic hyphae grow more rapidly and develop a rigid wall. These cells are known as foot cells. An erect branch known as conidiophore arises from each foot cell. Now, the conidiophore is usually unbranched and aseptate. So, how the conidiophore looks like? It is aseptate and unbranched. The tip of the conidiophore swells and it forms a vesicle. The shape of the vesicle varies in different species of Aspergillus. For example, the vesicle is globose in Aspergillus niger. The vesicle is hemispherical or crescent shaped in Aspergillus nidulans, and the vesicle is elongated or club shaped in Aspergillus clavatus. So, several finger shaped projections develop on the surface of the vesicle, and these finger like projections are called as phyalides or sterigmata. So, now the question arises, what are phyalides or sterigmata? So, you have to tell some finger like projections they develop on the surface of the vesicle, and these finger like projections are known as phyalides or sterigmata. There may be up to 3 layers of sterigmata on the vesicle. The first formed layer is known as primary sterigmata, and the subsequent layers are known as secondary sterigmata and tertiary sterigmata. Well, this diagram shows the development of conidiophore. A to B diagram shows the development of conidiophore. Now, in this diagram, you can see this is the foot cell, and from the foot cell, young conidiophore is arising, and this conidiophore is unbranched and aseptate. And now, in C to E diagram, you can see the formation of conidia. Here in this diagram, you can see the formation of conidia, and this is the vesicle, and on the upper surface of the vesicle, as you are seeing in the C diagram, there are the development of finger-like projection called as sterigmata, on which conidia are developing. Now, this E diagram shows the conidium. Now, see, the conidiophore is usually unbranched and aseptate, and now I talk about the formation of conidia. Conidia develop in long basipetal chains on the sterigmata. There are 10 to 12 conidia in each chain. During the formation of a conidium, the nucleus of the sterigmata divides into 2 nuclei. A globular protuberance develops at the tip of the sterigmata, and it expands to form a conidium. one of the two daughter nuclei present in the steric matter pass into the conidium. As the conidium expands, the wall of the steric matter ruptures near its tip. The remnants of the broken wall as a gap around the first formed conidium. The remaining nucleus in the steric matter continues to divide in the same manner during the formation of successive conidia. Now I talk about the formation of conidia. Well, a long chain of conidia is formed in this fashion. In early stages, the cytoplasm of the two successive conidia remains continuous due to the presence of cylindrical isthmus. Now, later, due to the formation of the inner conidial wall layer, the cytoplasm of the two successive conidia become separated. The isthmus which remains in between the two conidia is called connective. So each conidium is a globose, echinonucleate and uninucleate structure. It contains various pigments such as yellow, green, brown or black in different species. Conidia are dispersed by wind. Conidia germinate on suitable substratum, each producing a new mycelium. Now I talk about the sexual reproduction in Aspergillus fungus. Well, sexual reproduction is uncommon in Aspergillus. Most species of Aspergillus are homothallic, but a few are heterothallic. For example, Aspergillus fisheri and Aspergillus heterothallicus. The sexual reproduction may be isogamous. For example, in Aspergillus nudulans, or the sexual reproduction may be anisogamous. For example, in Aspergillus repens, the male sex organ is called as antheridium and the female sex organ is called as ascogonium or archicarp. So students, what is the name of the female sex organ in Aspergillus? The female sex organ is called as ascogonium or archicarp. In homothallic species, the antheridium and the ascogonium develop on the same hypha or on two adjacent hyphae of the same mycelium. Now I talk about the development of the ascogonium in Aspergillus fungus. The hyphal branch which forms the ascogonium soon becomes septate and loosely coiled. As the ascogonium develops, the coil becomes dense and it looks like a spring-like structure. It is called as archicarp. It is differentiated into the following three regions: the terminal, unicellular and multinuclear part called as trichogyne. It acts as the receptive organ. The middle part is also unicellular and uninucleate. It functions as a female gametangium and is called as ascogonium. And the basal part is multicellular and multinucleate. It forms a stalk of the ascogonium. So thank you. We will continue with this lecture in the next class. Thank you.